So I'm here today to introduce you to a very wonderful, important, incredible man, someone who has really driven my work in Washington, D.C., and who I've idolized for a very long time. I'm going to introduce you all to Congressman Tony Coelho. He served us for over 10 years in Congress back in the 80s. And you know what he did? He's the lead sponsor and author of the Americans with Disabilities Act. That's right. Tony is a person with a disability, and he faced a number of barriers, and he led the movement to get the ADA passed back in 1990. And when he left Congress, he didn't leave us. He stuck with us. And he has continued to make huge changes in the disability community. He's one of the most giving, intelligent, smart people I've ever met. And he's always, always coming back to the disability community. And you know what? He's a smart guy. He makes things happen. He's been really successful in business. He's made businesses improve, but he keeps coming back to the disability community because that's where his heart is. And he also has done a ton of things, including presidential campaigns, advising people that are running for different offices. He's really quite busy. But he made time to come here today because you all are very important to him, and this purpose is very important to him. So he's going to come and share some stories, talk to you about what we should do and how we can get this done. And I've got to tell you, he's an incredible man, and I hope that many of you get to meet him today because he's just extraordinary. So with no further ado, let me introduce my friend, my mentor, my hero, the Honorable Tony Coelho.
Wow. I can't believe this. How many of you are here? And there's 500 more of you outside. That's fabulous. You know what that means? You know what that means? That means you're a credible threat. You know what credible threat means? Credible means that you're legitimate. Credible means that you have a right to do what you're doing. A threat means that you're willing to do everything that you need to do to get something done. So when I say threat, I mean threat. When we did the ADA, you here in California, for 10 years worked to make it happen. I introduced the bill, and we got it through. But it took a lot of effort to get it there, and you did it. In regards to this issue, you can do it again, and you need to do it again. What you're doing is part of what the ADA was all about, to give us our basic rights as disabled individuals. So you got to fight for it. You got to be in their face. You got to embarrass them if you have to. And I mean that. We did it when we tried to get the ADA passed. We embarrassed them and told them they had to do it, but we embarrassed them. They did it because of that. And that's what you've got to do here. You got to make every one of them realize that you're a force, you're a credible force, and more importantly, you're a credible threat. I was in elective office for many years. And I realized that when my constituents got mad, that I had to do something. So you know what you need to do? You need to get mad. I have a saying that I really would like to say, but in a mixed audience, I can't. You got to get off. You got to get upset. You got to go after them. You got to make sure that they understand that you have a voice, you have a right, you have a vote, and that you can get other people to be involved in your effort. And let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something else. That we in the disability community never give up. So I want to tell you that maybe you haven't gotten there yet. You may be close this time, but the only way you're going to get there is if you don't give up the fight. You got to go after them. You got to let them know that you mean it. You got to be a credible threat. That's what makes it happen. You've got to do it. And well, you know what? You can do it if you want to do it. I want you to know that I'm very proud of the fact that all of you are here. All of you that are part of our community, all of you that support of our community, your moms and your dads and sisters and brothers and relatives and friends. That's what makes our community so powerful, is that we're affected by all different types of groups. And to have that support of people who feel for us and want to help us and want us to get there, that's what it's all about. So come on, make sure that those people understand that you're willing to be a fighter, you're willing to be a force, you're willing to get involved. And I want to tell you something. The only way we got a lot of things done in the disability movement is by commitment. And I want to do something for you. I'm committed to help you get this done. And I will help you. And I'll tell you something else. I will tell you something else, as Esme will verify. I never give up. And so when I say I commit to you that I want to help you get this done, I mean it. And so you will see me back when necessary. You will see me making phone calls. You'll see me be involved in your effort to get it done. Why? Because it's right. And it only is right if you make it right. And you have to be out there and look at when people are wearing T-shirts saying a credible threat. It doesn't do any good to wear a T-shirt unless you are a credible threat. And so you got to be willing to get out there and fight. You got to be willing, as I said once before, you got to be willing to embarrass them. Embarrass them. You got to be willing to make sure that they understand that you're a united community and you intend to fight and you deserve it. And the fact that they haven't funded you for the last 10 years is disgraceful. Disgraceful. And so the only way you're going to get there is you make sure you get in their face. Make sure that they understand that you mean it. Make sure that they understand that you're not going to stop. That you're going to keep fighting until they make that decision to provide the funds that are necessary for you. So make sure that while this is a great event, and the people that are outside make it even greater, it doesn't do any good for you to be here today if you're not willing to be a credible threat. So fight. Don't give up the fight. Make sure you let them know that you're determined to make this happen. You got to go get them. Make them embarrassed. Get them embarrassed. Make them feel strong. Get up there. Let's go. Let's make them fight. Make them. Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Let's go get them. Let's win this.